So today we are now recording, and today is, what is today? December 11th, and we are getting ready to go to our Grand Fiesta incentive. Woo! So I'm Lynn.
And I'm Richard.
And we have Rick and Tina on today. And we have a bunch of other people that we're going to come on, but I guess they'll get the replay. Let me share my screen.
You know, if 6 months from now, we'll all be just getting back from Los Cabos.
Yeah, I just put my vacation in.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Linda.
Hi, Linda.
There's Linda.
Good to see you. We're just getting started, so I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
So today we are doing the Avon Grand Fiesta incentive, and we're all ready for that, right?
Yes.
I know where we are, we were just talking about it's going to snow tomorrow, so we're ready to go now, because I want to be on that right there, drinking that orange drink.
I don't think there's orange in there.
That's my drink. It ain't.
There's lots of fruit, though. Okay, so this is the Grand Fiesta incentive. It's an all-inclusive trip to Los Cabos, Mexico, June 2nd through the 5th. You should have that already marked out on your calendar. You are not available for any meetings or anything else during that time because you'll be busy. So it runs campaign 23 through campaign 8. And so the early bird incentive was through campaign 26, which just ended. And so, pro tip, get started with a bang. You want to front load this promotion as much as you can. If you had one qualified recruit, at least each campaign during the head start period, you would already have 1,200 points and be a quarter of the way to the trip. So some of you probably are there. I know I'm not quite there. I'm working on it. But we are now in the main part of the incentive here. So let me see. I can't remember Okay, so what we want to do is we will earn points. If for 100 points for every campaign that we sell 300 to $4.99, and we'll earn 200 points every time we have $500 or more each campaign. We have 150 points now for Alma recruits, so even Alma recruits will count, and 300 points if you have a personal recruit. Every time that a qualified new recruit places another $150 order, a second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever, throughout the incentive, you'll earn another 100 points. And if you promote to a new title for the first time, you'll earn 1,000 points. And mentor somebody on your team to promote, and you'll earn 500 points. They'll earn 1,000, and you'll earn 500. So if you haven't already seen it, it is now available in Vibe. If it's not on your screen, just click on the far right. It says Edit Panels. Click on that, and then drag it out, and it will show you your tracking where you stand. So in our Facebook group, Avon Grand Fiesta Incentive Facebook, in the file section is our Grand Fiesta Incentive tracking sheet. You can get it there. And it looks like this. And so we have basically all the white areas are areas that you can earn points. So we are already now through campaign 26, so we're starting in campaign 1. So now you can earn points for sales and for Alma recruits as well as personal recruits, and for every second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever order that your team members place that $150 order. You can earn points for promotion and for mentoring, and then this keeps track of your total. The second page of this is just where you can put your reps' names, whether they were a qualified new recruit, and then if they met those $150 orders. It helps you keep track. So we're now in the full incentive period, so we're going to look at our sales part first. This is the goal we're going to look at right this minute. And so I'm going to let Richard talk to you about sales.
Hey, who's that funny-looking guy down there? Nice eyelashes, though. A few years back, when we had our Avon store, I was told a story, and I don't quite remember the whole thing. I'm going to try to, kind of tell a synopsis of it, because it really helped us in sales in the store and then with our Avon sales as well. The story kind of goes that this new guy just got hired at one of those big all-inclusive warehouse kind of stores that sold everything from furniture to kitchen to plumbing to you name it, they had it in there. And so he goes out on the sales floor and he's thinking, well, I'm going to really show the boss how good I am. And he finally has a customer come up to him, and his husband and wife come in, and they happened to be in the living room department. So he showed them the couches and chairs and all that. And they said, oh, we like that. We'll take one of those. We'll take one of those. And they bought couches and love seats and tables and the whole thing. They had the whole living room set. And it was up to like $10,000. And he said, wow, that's awesome. He says, well, just a minute. I'll be right back then. I'll get that all written up for you and we can get that delivered to you. And he runs off and grabs the paperwork, gets it all done. And the couple kind of dumbfounded walk away. And the boss comes up and says, hey, I just saw you finish that sale with them. How'd you do? He says, oh man, I sold them $10,000 worth of living room stuff. I completed their whole living room. He said, wow, that's strange. You know, I just talked to them just before you came on today, and they were interested in buying everything for the house. They just bought a new house and they needed to completely fill their whole house with stuff. They were willing to spend $100,000 to $150,000 just on furnishings to complete their whole house. Washers, dryers, you name it, every room in the house. And the guy just went dumbfounded. He says, you know, you have to keep in mind, don't ever limit yourself. Don't put limits on somebody else. I said, you thought you had $10,000 in sales and you thought that was fantastic. But the people that came in were willing to spend $100,000, $150,000. So don't limit your sales. Always ask for more. And the thing I used to do, and I still do it to this day when I'm taking orders, I always ask the customer, what else can I get you? What else do you want? Or I'm making suggested sales. If they're buying makeup, buying lipstick, I'll mention mascara, something else to complete. But you always ask them, what else can I get you? You never say, okay, thank you. You get one item down, you have a $25 sale, and you think, wow, that's great. And you just ask them, what else do you want? Oh, and then we did that just about 2 weeks ago. We had a lady call on the phone, and it was a fluke because she said she wanted to place an order, and we were just getting ready to place our order, and it was like 9:30 at night. We wanted to place our order earlier. And anyway, I called her back and she said, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, I got home and I forgot. So she got on the phone, and in 15 minutes, I just kept asking her, what else can I get you? She ended up ordering $192. So you just keep asking, what else can I get for you?
It's so easy, I think, when somebody says, I want some Skin So Soft and some, I don't know, Bug Guard. And you write it up and you go to give them a total, and you don't ask them, what else can I get you? Because you limited the sale by doing that. You know, so Richard's absolutely right. But keep saying, what else? What else can I get you? Let them tell you when they're done, not you tell them.
Yeah, don't be in a hurry.
It's so easy to do that.
Yeah.
It's for all of us. It's so easy. And maybe we have an idea in the back of our head, and it's subconscious, that no one would spend more than $100. So they kind of limit it at $100. But that's your limit. That's not your customer's limit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, well, that's it.
Good story, Richard.
Thanks.
So, moving on, another way we can get more sales is this Bombitas. Milagro Garcia is the one that does this. She's amazing at it. And this is where I got the idea from. But Bombitas in Spanish means little bomb. And she puts together these packages with these are self-sealing. What I get is these 3x5 self-sealing cellophane bags. Say that 3 times. From my girlfriend's house. And they're 100 bags for $9.65. I like to get them with lips or stars or something. And they're self-sealing, so you can put in your business card. Whoops. Go back. You could put in your business card. You could put in a couple of samples, maybe a fundraising flyer, and then a flyer about recruiting. I don't have it on here, but you should probably have a flyer about your store. Shop my online store. Here's code WELCOME10 for 10% off. I do have that on my business card. But so you just put them in these little cellophane bags and you give them out and about. And these you can also buy them plain. And I know Rick and Tina get them somewhere else for cheaper. So wherever you guys, whatever you find, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you use. But give them out as you go about your day. We have some friends, John and Peggy. John is a truck driver, and he helps his wife out he drives long haul, I think. I think he's gone for days at a time. And when he's in a restaurant or whatever, he leaves one of these with the waitress. And she's picked up recruits that way, and she's picked up online customers. So these are great things to give out as you go about your day.
Lynn, you can get them at the dollar store. That's where we pick them up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, the dollar store. That'd be a really good deal. How many are in a package?
I'm not sure. Tina's the one that always gets them, and she gets them out of the dollar store.
Okay.
But quite a few, I think. I believe there's quite a few in a pack.
25 to 50,
Yeah,
something like that.
So anyway, it doesn't matter what you get or where you get them. The idea being, I mean, you've got plenty of color in here with your samples and stuff. You could just use plain cellophane bags, right? So it doesn't matter. We talked about putting the label on every brochure. We talk about that every campaign. So I wanted to talk about something a little different. These are really easy to have in your purse. They're really small. I don't have one here, they're downstairs, but they're really small. They're just really easy to have in your purse. You can leave it with your tip. You can give them to people as you go about your day. And then, okay, I don't remember, I guess, what I did. But then be sure you use the drawing slip if you have it, if you have the drawing slip with you, or a sticky note or whatever, so you get their contact information if possible. Might be a little harder to get the contact information with these. But you could, you know, it just depends. You have a conversation, right? And say, can I get your name and number? I'll give you a quick call, but let you know when the brochure changes over online, or let you know whatever, get you more information. Or I can get you your brochure in the mail if you'd like. You know, you can say whatever you want to say, but get that conversation going with them.
You could put a sticky note on the front of them and just say, here you go, put your information on the sticky note.
Yeah,
that's true.
That works.
Yeah,
that works just as well. And people like these. People like freebies, even if it is just samples. They like freebies. People always like it when you give them stuff. So it's a good thing to give out. So then now all recruits count, personal and Alma. And they just announced yesterday, exciting news, Campaign 2, Avon's going to give you double points on all recruits in Campaign 2 only, meaning that an Alma lead, you would get 150 points. You're now going to get 300.
Wow.
And a personal recruit, normally you would get 300. You're now going to get 600. That's in Campaign 2 only. So get busy. Get busy. Get some recruits now so that they get their order in Campaign 2 and you get those extra points.
I'm waiting to see who's the first one to sign up Santa over Christmas. That's
I'm gonna let Bombitas on my floor there around my Christmas tree.
What'd you say, Rick?
I'm just gonna throw Bombitas on my floor around my Christmas tree.
There you go. There you go. You know, we we're just talking before this call, and it's amazing how many people are getting laid off in the middle of the holidays, which is really sad. But quite a few people that we know are getting laid off. So this could be the answer for them. You know, maybe they don't want to do Avon full time. It's funny, when I started, I didn't have any intention of doing anything with it. But you know what? Once they get started, well, first off, they might get started just to help them get through that period until they can find another job, right? But once they get started and they see the opportunity, they might change their mind and decide they want to do it full time. I know that I'm living my life the way I want to live it. I don't have to go to work, and I love that. So this is a great opportunity to be offering people. So like this is what I was looking for earlier. So make sure you put your contact information on the brochure. Make sure you have a recruiting label on the front of every brochure. You know, you want to constantly be talking about the opportunity, and you know, you can help them make an extra money, whether it's whether they want to make a full-time income or whether they want a side gig, something to make money on the side, or maybe they just want to be able to be home with their kids and have a little extra spending money. Avon can be any of those things because it's all about how much they put into it, right? And here's the drawing slips to get their information. And then follow up. Once you get their information, make sure you follow up. This is so critical. So on my blog on onlinebeautybiz.com/how-to-work- and convert Alma, Avon Alma leads. So it's got dashes in between every word. But on that post is details on how to do these, how I do my follow-ups. I give you my text messages, I give you my emails, word for word. You can edit them to fit your style, whatever, but this will help you get going. So when I very first get a contact, I call, text, email them, and I send a greeting card, actually a postcard. And then I have a whole system, like I text them again on day 2, and then I email them 3 days later, and I have this whole system, and it works. So that will help you follow up with your leads that you get, whether they're Alma leads or whether you get them in person, you know, as you're giving out Bombitas or as you're giving out brochures, it will still work the same. So, and then the next part is help your new team members. Keep those $150 orders coming. You know, it's going to be a little tougher after the holidays, but it's still totally doable. $150 is just not that much of an order that you have to have. Really isn't. I mean, an average order is, I think the average Avon order is like $25, $30, something like that. So that's maybe 5 people placing an order, right? And so it's not that hard. You can do it. So the best way to help them is using the Kickstart program. Help them understand the value of a $150 order. You know, for example, if they needed a $150 order to get 40% and they didn't do it and they only had a $100 order, at 20%, their cost is $80. At $125 at 20%, their cost is $100. They can order $25 more at 40% earnings and their cost is $10 less. So help them understand that. I know it's a concept that's hard to learn if you've never been in sales before, but the difference between 20% and 40% is
double. It's huge.
Is from 80 to 90 is 10, $60 in free product, right? Because from a $100 order at $80 to a $150 order at $90, that's $40. $40 in free product. I mean, you know, that's pretty cool. The same thing applies to hot points. When you look at the sales levels, you know, you have this amount, you earn 30%, and this amount, you earn 35%. There's a hot point in there where it's worth it to bump up to the next level to get the higher percentage. So, you know, help them understand that. Use this Kickstart to help them with that. And the 40% for your new reps includes everything. It includes clothing. It includes bras. It includes everything that we don't get 40% on, and I've never gotten 40% on.
All the Christmas stuff that's out there right now.
The Christmas stuff right now, what's left.
Yeah.
The Christmas stuff is all 40% off for if you're new and if you qualify. So teach them this and use this. Track their sales every campaign. That's why I gave you that tracker on the sheet, you know, the sheet that we use to track this incentive, so that you can make sure they get that. They meet their goals every campaign. Help them meet their Kickstart goals. Because if they're meeting those goals and they're increasing their orders to 150 and then 200, 253, 354, that turns them into a President's Club member. And they'll stick around because they're making money. And if they do this in the first 7 campaigns, they're going to make over $1,000. Rick and Tina made over $3,000 in their first 7 campaigns. And I know in a lot of the groups that we're in, we see people, name after name after name of people who have earned $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So it's there. It's totally there and doable if you want to do it. So you guys all probably know this already. Here's our comp plan to promote to Bronze Ambassadors, the first level that counts for this incentive. All you need is 3 people. You need to do $200 in sales, and you actually want to do minimum $300. Preferably $500 anyway for this incentive, right? So for the leadership program, though, $200 is as high as you ever have to do. 3 people on your team, $1,000 in total sales, including your sales. If you do that, you're going to earn 1,000 points for promoting to Bronze Ambassador. You help your team member do that, you're going to earn 500 points. If they're new, well, they'll get a $20 qualified recruit bonus. If they're new in the Kickstart campaign, it'll be $50. And then they'll also earn $500, and you'll earn $250 for mentoring them to promote. Then that's 1 promotion. That's 1,000 points already. 3 more recruits and $2,000 in total unit sales. You got your second promotion. That's another 1,000 points. And then 3 more recruits for a total of 9, $4,000 in unit sales, team sales. Get you another one. That's 3,000 points altogether. Now it's probably going to take you more than 9 people to get to $4,000, but I'm just kind of giving you the basics, right? And there's no way, everybody's business is different, so there's no way to know exactly what it will take. So let me get this where I can see it.
Can I say something about that? Just back up that slide a minute. I saw something today on Facebook. Jessica Stover, many of you may not know her, but she's a gold leader. But she had a new member on her team, and she posted this on Facebook today. She has a new team member who's trying to get the silver ambassador, and what she did was she took a whiteboard and she put it on her refrigerator, And she had all the lines and everything on it. We have a whiteboard in the office to kind of track what we're doing, so you can keep track of things. But she she had a small whiteboard, and she had it down on her refrigerator in her house, and had what the qualifications were that she needed to attain to hit Silver Ambassador. She had the names of the team members and what they were doing. And every time she went downstairs to get something to eat or to fix a meal or get a drink or whatever, it was right there. And she's bound and determined to get the Silver Ambassador. The sooner the better. I just thought that was a great idea. You need to put stuff like that, a visual. I've even used to do things where I used to write things before. We used to take a lipstick and write on the mirror in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And every time I went into the bathroom, the goal I wanted to achieve was right there. I'd go in and brush my teeth in the morning, that goal was there, right? Go to the bathroom, I'd see that on the wall. And boom, it's there all the time. So put it front and center, whatever you want to attain.
Doing that, what Richard said with lipstick on your mirror, mm-hmm. write gold leader or gold ambassador mm-hmm. or whatever, so that when you look in the mirror, you see that over your face or above your head. There's something powerful about your mind seeing that with your face and that title. Your mind will make it happen. It's really powerful. Obviously, you have to take the action steps. You have to do the work. It's not magic, but it'll help you get there. So seriously, let's just assume if you have one qualified new recruit per campaign and maintain at least $300 in sales and promote twice, you can earn a trip for one. Now let's assume that you haven't done anything yet, right? You haven't gotten any recruits yet. So I did this starting right now for those of you that haven't gotten it yet. I figure campaign 1 is still holidays, so you should have no problem getting $500. And let's just say that you struggled for $500, but you got $300 for all these campaigns. See that? And then got you back up there, and you had one qualified recruit every campaign.
You should get a bonus in there too. Campaign 2, that should be $600 because you're going to get double. So that $300 is going to be $600.
Right.
Go for it.
And you promote twice because you signed up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So that's hopefully 2 promotions. That's 5,200 points. So see, this is totally doable. Mm-hmm. I want you to know that this isn't that hard. It's totally doable. Now, let's say you want to earn a trip for 2. And you haven't quite started yet. Well, it's going to take a little more work. In this case, I am assuming, because we're going for 7,000 points, so I'm assuming that you're going to push it and get to $500 in sales every campaign, right? But say we just have one recruited campaign. That's just one personal recruit. Now, you could have all more recruits. You could have double the points mm-hmm. in campaign 2. There's all different ways you can get to this, right? But if we have at least one campaign and we mentor at least a couple of them to place 2nd and 3rd orders, that's not even very many right here. You've promoted twice and you helped somebody else promote. If you do that much, you have 7,100 points. So it's still totally doable. You can do this. Is it going to be easy? No. It's going to take work, but you can do this. Then let's try one more. This is pro tips. This is set huge goals. Mm-hmm. Front load the promotion. Work to get 2 to 3 recruits every single campaign. So we're not going to settle for less than $500 in sales. And we're not going to settle for less than 2 recruits a campaign. And we got even just a couple of them placing those orders, the additional orders. We promote twice. We help somebody promote. Look at this. If you do this, you've pretty much met all your goals by campaign 6, and you can just sit back the last 2 campaigns and not have to freak out. And you'll have 7,300 points. Now, that would be really nice, because I can't tell you how many times we are working with us and with our team members, and we're in campaign 8 and we're scrambling, trying to get those last recruits in, or trying to get those $150 orders in, and you're sweating bullets. So take the pressure off so that you're not sweating bullets in campaign 8 and achieve the promotion early. You know, Emily Seagren's probably almost already there. I don't know exactly what her numbers are.
She was behind Jessica. Jessica had 2,300 points already.
Yeah, but Jessica was number 2 in the nation. So somebody ahead of her.
Somebody else.
How much did she have?
She had 2,300. Jessica had
2,300.
And that was
like in campaign 25 or 26. Yeah. So she's like well on her way.
Yeah.
But you know, pump it now so that you don't have to wait till the last minute and freak out, because everybody on this call, you're going to be in those combos, right? Linda, you're going to be there?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Absolutely, right?
That has to be there. She's buying me drinks.
Yeah. Rick, you're not going to be there, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there.
You're going to be there? How come?
Because Tina's going to
Because I went on the last one and I don't want to miss the other one.
Boy.
And besides that, Richard's gonna buy me a free drink there.
That's
So.
right.
There you go.
I'll buy Tina dinner.
So, Linda, have you ever been on an Avon trip?
No, I have not.
Okay.
No.
Rick, did you hate the last Avon trip?
I was like in total awe when we got there because they would just really go out and you know, just really pamper you and everything. It was like the greatest. I mean, just getting a cruise was one thing. I mean, you can go out and do that, but when you were in the cruise for the Avon or any trip for Avon, that's an amazing trip.
Did you feel special?
Yeah, we got recognized up there and everything.
Rick walked around with his eyes like this the whole time.
I slept. I think I slept a total of 6 hours that week on the cruise because I wasn't missing nothing, you know.
I think he Facebook Live the entire trip because
Yeah, I was going back over some of my Facebook Lives that I was doing on there. I'm like, wow, and I'm looking at the ship. I'm going, God, that was just amazing, you know.
gosh, you guys, I just want to tell you, once you go on an Avon trip, you will never miss another one. It's just that simple. So you need to get on this trip. Los Cabos, this right here. Doesn't this look just heavenly?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So you are going to be there.
Well,
So-
it gives you something to come back and go, hey, I made the cruise, you know, or
Yeah.
that trip.
And then you'll be looking forward to the next one. You'll be like, when's Avon going to do another one?
Yeah.
We'll find out at Rep Fest, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
So the tips, know the requirements. Know where you stand every day and constantly know where you stand and make course corrections as needed. If a campaign is ending and you don't have the points that you should be having according to what you planned out, then make a course correction and make up for it right away so that you're not at the last minute, again, scrambling. Get your passport. If you don't already have your passport, get it now. Don't wait to see if you earn this trip because getting the passport puts something in your brain that you've made the decision that you're going to be there, and it helps you to cement that commitment even harder, especially after you pay for that passport. So mark the dates out in your calendar, front load the promotion, constant contact. You need to be in touch with new recruits. You need to be follow-ups on potential recruits, follow-ups on sales. You know, every campaign now for the next 8 campaigns, if you're up at midnight, and I know Rick and Tina did do this last campaign, and I know, hey, Crystal did this last night because she wanted to President's Club today. That means you're on the phone. If you don't have a $500 order, you're on the phone and you're calling all of your customers.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I didn't want to leave you out. Is there anything I can get for you? And I promise you, if you do that and you make it happen, it will happen. But you just can't go, oh, I didn't get 500 in sales. Oh, darn. No, you have to make it happen.
Crystal last night was really, and she made it happen, and she ended up with her largest campaign ever. She ended up with 1,274, something like that.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Yeah. And she wasn't even close to that when we talked to her on Monday morning. She wasn't even close, but Tina gave her suggestions. She did it, and she made her go, you know, so yeah.
And Rick, I got to give you kudos. You're an amazing mentor. I just love the way you handled her. It was perfect.
Thank you.
So anyway, let's monitor your numbers, know where you stand. Set your goals high. The higher, the better, because even if you don't reach your goals, don't beat yourself up for it. Just set them high knowing you might not reach them, but you are given everything you've got to reach them, and you'll end up a lot higher than you would have had you not set your goals high. So just know that, okay? And we're not going to give up until we get there, because there is no give up. You are going to do it. You know, when you get out of bed in the morning, you don't go, I'm going to try to move my leg. You just move it, and that's how it's going to be. You're going to move, you're going to walk, you're going to run, you're going to do whatever you have to do, but you're going to make it happen. So most important activity, Who knows?
Follow up, follow up, follow up.
Oh, every brochure you give out, every person who says they might want to sell Avon, every new team member's orders. You need to stay on all of it because every bit of that is what's going to make a difference in your business. So 100% of your results in this incentive is going to depend on you finding new people that might want to sell Avon, new people that might want to become customers, and then following up with them on a consistent basis. So 100% commitment. Are we all in?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That, I think,
Are we doing thumbs up?
we're going to stop the share. So does anybody have any questions?
Have you looked at,
Pat, all I can see is the top of your head.
There she is.
I'm not at my house, so I had issues. Have you seen, I think I have a qualified recruit, but I'm not sure. She thinks that she got an online order and then she thinks she ordered through the representative site, and I don't see it, but it may have been the last minute, so.
Do me a favor, since we're recording this, just send me a message with her name,
Okay,
and I'll
Okay.
check it out, okay?
okay,
I'll check it out for you, but you can tell in Vibe, but send me a message and we'll look at it.
okay. Well, I think sometimes Vibe doesn't, at the last minute, they don't catch up on stuff, but I don't know.
Well, right now, it's hard to know anything until tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Because you're right, it's
Yeah.
at that crunch time with Vibe right now.
right.
Okay.
So I may have one.
Pardon?
Maybe qualified.
Good, awesome.
Yeah, good.
I know she had an $80 online sale, and then she said she got about $80 or so of her own stuff and that. So she made
Oh, cool. So hopefully
hopefully.
she had $150.
Yeah.
Good job.
yeah.
So our next meeting, next Tuesday is our sales meeting, which is a local event. So we will not be having a Los Cabos trip. And then the next Tuesday after that is Christmas. And then the next Tuesday after that is New Year's. So our next meeting will be January 8th. I'll mark that in our group with the update, okay? So let me stop the recording.